I targeted my Facebook ads to people who liked mandalas and who lived in the United States and the United Kingdom. And then I was getting people who were liking my posts were literally in Africa and India and Bangladesh. And, like, these people were not following me. They aren't, like, followers that found... Like, I was paying Facebook to send my post to click farms. And I'm not down with that. So I learned my lesson. I stopped paying Facebook. And, you know, there's other people that'll tell you that Facebook marketing really works. And I believe that potentially it could. Like I say, I worked in online advertising. But it's an expensive process to learn how to target your market on Facebook. And that's not something that I'm willing to pay for because from a moral standpoint, I don't want to give Facebook my money. They steal people's information. They allow people to, you know, foreign powers to affect elections and stuff like that. That's not something that I morally want to give my money to. I'd rather build my business somewhere else.
At the moment, name them. You've been saying fucking Googling shit, but name the names.
Okay, the names of the other networks I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Pinterest, I'm on Twitter.
Okay, explain the advantage of, and I want to just break it down here too. My phone keeps cutting the videos after 33 minutes because of file size. Mm-hmm. So we got cut after an hour, but it was a weird ending. So we should probably go to another 20 minutes.
Okay,
yeah,
cool. I'm fine with that. Today I'm not as busy as last time. I answered all the emails and messages.
Good, you did your work.
Yes.
Okay, so now answer.
It's also Friday night and people are at the bar, not on Facebook messaging me.
True that. And we're not at the bar.
No, we're not at the bar. We're working.
Hey, tell me about fucking LinkedIn, what it is, what its advantages are. Just
okay,
move through them like that, you know, like Pinterest, its advantage.
I'm pretty new on LinkedIn. The advantage of LinkedIn is it's business people. So it's people that are already in a business mindset, and a lot of times they'll have bigger budgets.
They ain't time to fuck around.
They don't have time to fuck around, exactly. Minds is a lot like Facebook used to be. You can join groups so you can target your posts to groups of different kinds of art and you know, creative shit. So it makes it easier to reach people who are already interested in those kind of things, and there's no censorship. Like if you put your post on your timeline, everyone who follows you will see that post in chronological order.
And just to be said, that's part of the reason why Minds gets a bad rap.
Part of the reason is there's no censorship because there's a lot of, like, the trolls of the internet have found it and they're allowed to just be themselves on there. I just block people like that, and my Minds experience is amazing. But
yeah, that's the thing. On Minds, you might have to block
a lot of people. You might join Minds, and the first things you're going to see might be a meme of somebody from the opposite political spectrum as you, and you're going to get
Let's
triggered.
Be real, there might be a fucking Nazi. You're legit Nazi.
You're going to get triggered right away.
You're going to be shocked. You're going to be like, I got it, there's a Nazi. But you know what? They're probably trying to make sure that you don't come on the network so that it stays their network.
My gut feeling is a lot of the real troll accounts on there are by Facebook and Google and people who have a vested interest in you not joining the Minds and not telling other people.
This is why I wanted to just touch on it.
And this is why Minds, if you try and type minds.com on Facebook, it will block you from even posting the link. You are not able to send it in Messenger. You're not able to post anywhere on Facebook about minds.com.
That's why
what scares Facebook so much about minds.com? Okay, what did you want to ask me?
No, I wanted to bring up the Nazi thing because if you do go check out Minds and you want to run it, the way to operate it is you block that user.
Yeah, that's it. It's real simple. It's real simple.
It's just like the real world, bro. There could be someone out there being a Nazi too, and all you gotta do is, hey, across the street, block.
That's this principle that Minds has, is that they will let adult humans curate their own news feeds. If they don't like something, they can block it and never see it again. If they do like something, they'll see it. Cool.
So don't hold the platform accountable for people who aren't the platform.
Bottom line is the only reason you'll see any of this content anyway is because on Minds there's a boost feed, which means when you interact with other posts on Minds, when you like posts on Minds, the person who made that post gets points. And then they can use those points to boost their content into the boost feed at the top. So boost feed stuff you'll see there. Now there's also a premium version of Minds you can pay for, and that'll cancel your whole boost fee. I think it's like $5 a month. We've spent a lot of time on Minds. There's another one that I'm on called Steemit. Steemit. The reason I like that one is because you can earn cryptocurrency just from people liking your posts.
And how much money did you generate? Steemit dollars. Don't answer too fast here. I'm trying to lead you somewhere. Steemit dollars on your last guitar video.
I earned 19 Steam dollars on my last, like a little more than 19 Steam dollars on my last.
Once, guys, Steam dollars are worth 7 US per one.
Yeah.
One post, 19 Steam times 7 US.
Yeah, there were times back.
It's not happening live.
There were times when my guitar videos made almost $200 or $300 on Steemit. I made over $1,000 US on Steemit just from sharing my posts and having people like them, and I made another 700 or so from selling art and prints to people on Steemit. So Steemit is a really cool place to hang out because there's a lot of entrepreneurs and business-minded people on there and forward-thinking internet marketers because Steemit is built on a blockchain. So it's like Bitcoin, and it's very interesting. I learned all about cryptocurrency from there. Now I'm able to accept cryptocurrency for my art. I can accept Bitcoin, I can accept Litecoin, I can accept Ethereum, and I can accept Steem and Steam-backed dollars. So I know if you're not into cryptocurrency, I probably might as well have just spoken in Chinese, but if you are into cryptocurrency and you know what the heck I'm talking about and you have a bunch sitting in your wallet that you'd like to turn into some art, hit me up.
I think that's the one I believe in the most. Maybe not Steemit per se, but a social media that's backed by a currency that they're giving to all the members. I think that will be genius because look, you're making them look at ads anyways. Just give them the money. Give them a little bit of money so
that's how YouTube works.
So
YouTube shares their ad revenue with the content creators, and that's the way social media should work.
Because everyone would be a content creator, right? But then some people would just be like, fuck, man, I made $2, you know? Like, just an average, they share pictures of their cats, you know? And they're my mom. My mom made $2, okay? But you know what? My mom's gonna buy you stickers with those $2. You're posing? I got $2. Fucking,
yeah.
I got the $2. Hey,
that's happened.
It would be, for artists like us, it would be a dream that everyone has online, because not everyone has PayPal, eh? People contact me and they're like, hey, do I just like send a courier pigeon? You know? Or they talk about Venmo. Look what
we don't have Venmo in Canada.
We don't got Venmo here. Hey, we don't got it here. So, I don't know, give me your credit card number, you know? I'm trusted. I'm to be trusted. But that's the situation.
I'm not.
Is that...
yeah, I am, but like...
in this situation, it's just like, not everyone has internet money. We're in that weird gray zone still.
Yeah, a lot of people don't do online banking. Like I have people that buy my custom art in Montreal here that don't do online banking. It's so simple to send somebody money online in Canada if you have another Canadian bank.
Literally doesn't take 30 minutes anymore.
It literally takes 30 seconds and it's
so
super simple. All you need is the person's email. But I have clients that refuse to do it because in their mind doing online banking is not safe or it's very confusing. Because look, let's face it, a lot of people don't use computers at their jobs. People that are working welding shipping containers together, they don't use computers. They come home, they have an Xbox plugged into their TV, and that's it. So as soon as you start talking about cryptocurrencies and SEOs and algorithms and websites, it scares them. It scares them. They don't know. And people don't like to admit they don't know. People want to always feel like they're smart and knowledgeable, so when you start talking about stuff that people don't know about, they tune out and they get a blank look in their eyes and they feel like inadequate, really, is what it is. But, you know, like, if you can go learn about that stuff, that's a whole new avenue to sell your art.
But what I'm trying to bring out is that there's a future coming where there's a lot more people online who have their currency there as well. Because right now it's just their eyeballs. Some people, it's like just their eyeballs are there, and their currency is not, and their means of interacting with other people and supporting isn't. And I really think that in the future, that is going to become the new way of voting. Once your money's there, it'll be way more... It won't be a like. It won't be as much of a like. It'll actually be hard.
Well, that's
cash.
what it already is on Steemit. So if you join Steemit, that's how it works.
That's why I'm saying that's the promise of that platform, because a like means nothing, okay? Facebook and Instagram collect all the money on all the stupid Coke ads that they put in front of our face.
And it's us that are...
We're there thinking that we're giving someone currency.
Here's
a like.
We're the ones creating the TV shows and the posts that they run ads on, and we don't get any money for that.
My landlord don't accept likes.
No, neither does mine. Neither does mine.
He don't give a fuck about the likes at the end of the month. So,
mind you, if anyone out there has an apartment building and like you want to like advertise the fact that you're the coolest landlord in the world, like let artists live in your building, and the more likes they get, the nicer their apartment is, and that could be a whole art thing, and I'll come move in for sure.
I'll be there.
I'll be there.
But it's just that's why I really love Steam It, because it makes me envision the world where. And I'm not talking about a lot of cash. In Steam It, it's like it could be pennies that happen.
Yeah, especially at first when you have nobody following you.
Yeah, it could be just pennies, but
it could not even be pennies.
Dude,
it could be thousandths of a penny at first when you have no one following you.
But honestly, if I had,
that's why you use Gary Vee's 180 strategy on Steam It.
Yeah, but if I was on Instagram and I had like let's say $10 today, I'd be fucking. I would smash the like until the $10 were gone to give it to people, and I would feel so fucking about it, you know, like, and you get a car, and you get a car, and you get a car, you know, I'd be fucking all over the place. But now it's almost like I'm giving the likes, but it's like I'm not getting the feeling of like I'm fucking helping, because really I'm not, because they're janking the person's algorithm, so I'm trying to keep the person afloat by giving them their likes. But we all know what's going to happen. Eventually, they're going to stop showing it to me. The guy who likes it, they're not going to show it to me.
Here's something you probably don't know. If you see like 4 or 5 posts from a page or a person, and you let them pass your screen without hitting like, you're probably not going to see any more posts from that person.
And good luck finding it, like The Real Danny Rebel. When I went in the search, I literally know his username, The Real Danny Rebel. I wrote that. They don't even let him come up. I follow him. You know who else came up? Unbelievable. I was like freaking out. I was like, what? The Danny Case. Don't ruin this. Is it before Danny? The Real? Okay, he comes up if I wrote The Real. I wrote The Danny. I'm sorry. But still, you know what I mean? Like, it's hard to remember the people that you follow on Instagram. So, tip of the day, make your fucking name memorable.
So another thing that's important, especially if you're an artist and you want to be on multiple platforms, is to use the same name on all of them.
Probably your real name.
That's why I recommend using your real name, because you're like, look, when somebody, like now Facebook forces everyone to use their real name. Before they didn't. So I used to have all these hippie chick 69 and light splasher 23 liking my stuff, and now
hippie chick 69,
now on
DM
Now on Instagram, they're still Light Splasher 56, but I know them as Beverly McPhee on Facebook, and honestly, I don't even know it's the same person sometimes, because they don't post the same content on both channels. And then sometimes they'll write me in the message like, "Oh, you're the," like they'll reference stuff that happened on Facebook, and I'm like, who are you? I don't even know who you are. So it's the same thing if you're an artist, especially if you're trying to build a brand and that people want to recognize. You got to be consistent over all your platforms. And, I think the best thing is to use your name, and the word art is even better. Because
unless you come up with a super catchy thing.
Then everybody knows you're an artist. If you comment, and you're something else, like having the word
sorry,
art
I talked
in your
over
name,
you. Reiterate that one, because that's a very powerful point.
Yeah, putting whatever your name is, put the word art after it. Because then when you leave your comments in people's things on Instagram, you're not Adam
Millward...
Period. You're Adam Millward art, and then
so I actually want to check out.
Artist.
Yes, I actually want to check out your shtick.
It really gives a hook. When people come check you out, that you're an artist, it's like it gets that hook in their mouth, and
like, is it any good? Pretty much, exactly. Is it any good?
Is it any
you
good?
Fucking click, and you're like, all right, follow. Dang. Now that's such a powerful point, to bring up, is that your name is the moniker that people are trying to remember, and if you make it hard for them to remember, you're making it hard for yourself.
Yeah, you're shooting yourself in the foot.
You really are, and so my name's Jeremy. And when I was a kid, I told French people that my name was Jeremy, and they pronounced it Germy. That's how I became Germ, and I've been a Germ ever since. I grew up in Quebec. We're in Montreal, Quebec, and it's predominantly French in some areas.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why French people were a part of my life.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I speak French and I also speak Spanish. I won't probably speak a whole lot of either of them on this podcast, but occasionally a word might slip in. Like last episode, we all learned what Gomax means in Quebec.
Gomax. Make sure your fucking name is good.
Yeah.
And you'll make like Gomax money.
So what else do you want to talk about? Is there anything else you want to talk about? Like, I'll be honest, I want to know a little more about when you really started making art. Like, were you like? Because me, I didn't make art as a kid.
Oh, I did.
Did you make art as a kid?
Yeah. I had this character that was like a head and then just a nose. So he's kind of like a heart on an angle.
Okay.
Picture a heart and then put it on an angle where like now the top can have eyes and the other's just a fucking nose.
Okay.
For some reason, I used to draw that. And there was like thousands of them. They could be in any scenario. They could be having wars with each other with tanks and fucking da-da-da-da. And that's how they were all drawn. They were drawn with this big-ass nose. Maybe I'll try and bring him back as a toy, but it'll be tough. Because he's not very good-looking. Even in my mind, it's like not a very good-looking thing. But I was always doing that. And then eventually, I found out about goalie masks. NHL goalie masks. Like hockey masks. The goalie gets his mask airbrushed by artists.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's like the biggest honor, you know? It's like when you become a goalie and you actually have enough cash to pay someone to paint your mask. And especially if you're on TV because you're the professional goalie of the Blackhawks. And you're like, yo, put a fucking on the back of my helmet. And now people are seeing that. Well, I thought it was such a cool flex on the world. To be like, I'm a goalie, but also I have my own style. Where we all have to wear uniforms, right? But the goalie could flex on everyone, and I thought that was so cool.
That's true. I never looked at it that way.
And I was always drawing goalie masks and different. So like Grant, I love Grant Fuhr's, Cujo, which was Curtis Joseph, Eddie Belford, cool ones. Man, they were just fucking cool. And nowadays it's even crazier because now they do a lot of little intricate things, and people are better with the airbrush. So, like, dude, there's your grandma on the back, you know, in a little patch. So that was, like, my first introduction to customizational things.
Nice.
Goalie masks.
See, I didn't know this. I'm glad I asked you because that's really cool. I never in a million years would have guessed that anything of your inspiration had to do with hockey masks.
You haven't noticed that all my jackets that I paint have stripes? Have hockey stripes?
I've noticed a few of them.
And recently, Mondo Maestro literally got the first hockey jacket, and I couldn't stop tripping out that they were selling me hockey jackets, and I found them.
Nice.
It's
you showed me the hockey jackets,
New Jersey
but
Devils.
You showed me a million other pieces of clothing over the last year that I didn't know that this was connected.
When I grew up with friends we were all jocks, in the sense that we all loved to play sports. And only recently, I spoke about this with a good friend yesterday, only recently, now that I'm older, the sports have left my life and it left a big gap in my life. You know? And that was my form of exercise. That was this form of spirituality in a sense, because getting your blood rate going is such a great feeling. And I'd lost that. And just finding out that was a thing that I had lost, I'm able to get it again.
So yeah, I find all this super interesting because I never knew any of this. I'm glad I asked, man.
So why go to the mall? Why go to the mall and you don't watch my Instagram stories, but I'm always at the mall. The reason I'm at the mall is because
Wi-Fi.
No, because other spots have Wi-Fi. Other spots have Wi-Fi. The reason I go to the mall is because they let me play basketball for free.
True.
They let me play basketball for free, and as long as they don't, because look, there's another spot that I can go and pay, but as long as they don't charge me for basketball, I'm there. And I don't necessarily show that in the stories because eventually you don't want to see me playing basketball. It's fucking boring. But that's what I'm doing.
I also remember a whole little story arc you had last year where you sprained your ankle because some kid kicked the ball at you while you were playing basketball and you tripped on the ball that the kid kicked at you or something like that.
And I was so stoked that they had basketball at the fucking Champlain Mall. And I got hurt playing soccer with a little kid who was trying to play soccer. Yep. So yeah, that's why, and that was last year. So I'm going there all the time, and that's just the part of me that is fueled by art. Because I remember drawing. I used to draw sports things. I used to draw even like at recess when we played recess. If like Andrew there was one guy Andrew that could jump so high, and I was mesmerized by this. that there was a guy who could jump this high, and we might have been like 8, so high was nothing, right? High was fucking nothing. Mm-hmm. But like this, like we were playing murder ball, and murder balls where you take a tennis ball. Okay, so you take a tennis ball and you whip it out of the wall, and it bounces back. If you don't catch it, you better go and run and touch the wall. Mm-hmm. But while you're trying to run and touch the ball, we're trying to murder you with the ball.
Whoever does catch the ball is trying to murder everyone else. Exactly.
Yeah, so we're trying to murder you. If we hit you, you're murdered. You're out. Andrew had jumped and caught one so high, and I'll never forget that moment, that I went and immortalized it with a drawing.
No way.
Yeah, and that's what I used to draw
incredible.
a lot. It was like things that I had saw, and then later I tried to immortalize it, and still to this day that's what I'm doing, right? Like things that I saw.
That's crazy.
If you really saw my phone, it's pictures of things that I've seen in the day, and if you really were a mastermind, you could figure out how I'm piecing together.
I was totally different. I probably
all the comics are pieces together of things. It's synchronicity. It always just makes sense.
Blows my mind. I probably would have hated him when I was a kid. I was like a book nerd. Like I loved reading. I really loved nothing more than sitting down with an amazing book and reading, because my imagination was so good that like I would just go off into these other worlds of whatever I was reading and be living in this storyland for however long it took me to read the book.
I was in French school, so they never taught me how to read.
They don't teach French people how to read?
Not in English, my man. Not in English.
Oh, good point.
So, yeah, I was a terrible reader and writer. And even to this day, like, I'm not a very good speller. And reading, like, yeah, I can fucking read, but, like, I'm not really, like, it's not enjoyable to the point where I'm hallucinating things.
And I think for me,
I'm better sitting down, closing my eyes, and letting my own natural story come than reading someone else.
See, I think that's why I like sharing my story in a written fashion, because of the fact I learned how to read well, and I love reading books when I was a kid, and I still love reading books. It's like when I get into writer mode, like I'll really put in effort to make what I'm writing good. Like I'll write 3rd, 4th, 5th drafts, you know. I'll write something and then I'll look at it and I'll be like, how could I make that more inspiring? How could I make that more interesting? What more could I tell in there without making it so long that Facebook algorithms won't show it to anyone? So, you know, that's part of why I was scared about doing video stuff, because I was very comfortable with the whole writing aspect of sharing my story. But, you know, I'm slowly starting to feel more and more comfortable on the camera and like talking to people, like anyone who's watching it. Like I'm starting to be aware that there's.
Because keep in mind, we're literally just like talking into an image of a little mirror.
Pretty much.
Like I can see that I'm doing this.
Yeah.
I'm talking into a little mirror. It's very strange.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely.
If someone came and saw us, they would be like, weird.
Yeah.
A regular person would think this is so weird.
Yeah, especially nowadays, you know, back 15 years ago, if you had a big camera on a tripod with lights shining in, they'd be like, oh, they're filming something. But now it's like, why are they talking to the table? Yeah. Oh, there's a little phone there?
Yeah. And who's going to watch 2 people sit on a couch and have 0 script? Mm-hmm. But for some reason, that's like part of the culture now.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, the 0
it's
script
literally
thing...
It's part of the fucking culture. Podcasts are a thing, bro.
The 0 script thing made me nervous at first because I was a telemarketer, and the first thing you do when you get any telemarketing job is they hand you a script and they say, this is what you're going to read on the phone. And not having a script and expecting people to know what to do is pretty much just, that's not realistic. So when he sat me down here and he's like, what do you mean script? What do you mean you want to know what I have to talk about? We're just going to talk. We talk all the time anyway. We're just going to talk.
Well, because to me, the script would have been a crutch. It would have been something that makes me nervous, because then without a script, we can't do it. But if there is never a script, then we can always just press record.
Right.
So we
and
better off.
He was right.
And we're better off, if it's awkward, we're better off just slowly perfecting it as we go. And then eventually we'll have the world that I want, which is you just press record and it's fine. Mm-hmm. Rather than like perfecting the script. Mm-hmm. Then it's like, oh, I don't like that. La, 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 and you're not doing it.
Yeah, no, I didn't really want a script. I just wanted to know, like, what topic are we going to start with? And instead we started by forgetting the whole freaking name of our podcast that we came up with.
But did we forget this on Arty time with Adam and Germ?
We didn't, but you know...
Oh, no, time code. If you find the time code to that moment where... Help me out, because I don't remember.
We're from podcast 1 where I say that you're going to die.
How am I not remembering this? Okay, like, hopefully you're better than me You're getting this 2x2 inch patch. It has a iron-on backing, so you can put it on anything you'd like with an iron. You can also stitch it to things. The time where he said the time code, we're all gonna die.
Comments. Okay, now he's doing the patch thing here. I want to just remind everybody that about my supporting patron thing. I made a hand-painted sticker. I hand-painted this, like, with my hands and paint. It's not a print. It's actually hand-painted.
So that's pretty cool.
So this is a one-of-a-kind, hand-signed, original piece of art. There's only one of them. It's signed and dated. It's going to be backwards on your screen, but that's my signature down there, Adam Millward 2019. And whoever is my next supporting patron, whatever amount it is that you become a patron at, I'm going to mail this to you along with whatever other perks there are. So you can become a supporting patron for as little as $5 a month. So for $5, you could have this in the mail like next week.
Honestly, guys, I pay $5. I don't even notice. Like,
I do.
Sorry. Okay, great. Get out of here. Side note, like, honestly, support him. You're not even notice the $5 is going missing. So I'm glad that you fucking say you support it. I feel like.
No, I notice. I notice.
Cheap out. Should I give him more? But.
No, I noticed, man.
Okay, so
$5.
$5.
$5 is amazing, because like, and here's one reason that I'm doing the supporting patron thing, because for 5 years now I've been working full time as an artist, and I have no idea what I'm gonna make and when I'm gonna. I have zero idea of whether I'm gonna make $1,000 next week or $0 next week. There are weeks I do make $0. There are weeks I make $1,000, but sometimes there might be 2 or 3 of those slow weeks before one of those big ones, and the ups and downs are honestly kind of stressful. I have to borrow money sometimes to fill in the gaps. You know, like I have to awkwardly tell people like, oh, I'm going to be a couple days late on the rent this month and things like that. So that's one of the reasons I'm doing the supporting patron thing. I'm not trying to beg for money. I'm trying to ask people that enjoy what I do to help support me to make it easier to do what I do and take just a little bit of that stress off. And if 10 people donate $5 a month, that's my phone bill paid. And that's just a little bit of stress that I don't have to worry about, because I know that's going to come in every month, and I know I'm going to be able to pay my phone bill, and I'm not going to have my phone cut off, and I've never had my phone cut off anyway. But you know, that's just an example. But that's one of the reasons that I'm doing this.
And let's end on that kind of note, which is if you're out there and you haven't supported artists much, I'm not talking about supporting us. Let's fucking anyone, your favorite artist. It could be someone completely different. Give them $10 and buy something stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Buy something totally stupid. It's not about the thing that you fucking like. Do you really want this patch? I'm trying to sell you this patch. It has nothing to do with this fucking patch. It has to do with if you support us, give me $10. I'll give you this karma fucking symbol of saying like thank you for supporting us, honoring us, and you give me whatever it is. It's more about that action of like I appreciate you and I appreciate you than it is about this specific product and its specific price. So go out there and please do us a favor, buy something stupid.
Yeah, and look,
if
we're not your favorite artists and we're just your favorite art podcasters, and it's like, oh, you guys are amazing, but really none of your stuff
go
really
buy a white shirt.
And you're looking for an artist to support, a great place to go is Patreon. There's hundreds of artists on there you can support.
Yeah, but do it better than that. Go on Instagram and DM your favorite artists and say, hey, I don't know why.
Say, hey, do you have a Patreon where I can donate money to you every month?
That could be good. That could be really good. If you want to do that. If not, say, hey, I really appreciate you and the value that you give me. You have something, I want to buy something. What do you got for $10? If they have an Etsy and it's already there, don't go there. Don't go there. Message them and say it, and they'll tell you go to Etsy and then go. You know what I mean? But first hit them, let them know that you care. Let them know that you're going to give them $10.
Honestly, that's what we live for, man. Those interactions where we know that people are resonating and respecting what we're doing is like that's what makes me sleep well at night. That's what makes me. How can I put it? Like it's more than gratitude. It's cream. That's cream. So with that, I think that's the cream of this crop for this podcast. Do you have anything else to say?
I wish I had a pun. You're dropping cream.
Yeah, well, I'm the pun master, so.
All right, well, this is the Creamy Boy saying, catch you next time.
Yeah, catch you next time. Now I got shit to do because it's been like 90 minutes. I haven't checked my social media. I bet you anything there's messages.
We've been seeing them come through.
True. He knows he has messages. I'm pretty sure I have messages.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.